Shout out Q. Shout out Q.
Wrapping up a beautiful day here at Sherando Park. Sherando Boys Soccer is where the Kirby on Sports podcast is right now. Zach Pendzich, senior striker on the soccer team. It must feel nice to maximize your opportunities, sir, out here on the pitch rather than inside. How huge is that early on to get as much time outside as you need?
Oh, yeah. So we had a lot of work coming into this. We worked over November, December, and in January, and we were able to get outside a lot. We had a few indoor practices, but being outside, it really helps you, get some game-like experience and be able to, move around with your teammates more and be able to work together, kind of build some more like teamwork and be able to, work together.
You mentioned it all started back in like the winter, getting sort of your workouts and stuff like that. How huge is that, the camaraderie early on, just getting together as a group? I know you've probably had some teammates you played with last year that are back with you. So that familiarity, what's that like?
Oh, yeah. So being able to, come back together and, we all are working for one goal, and that's to be the best we can be. And so coming in, we're like, everybody needs to be there, every day, every practice, every pre-workout, and, really working together in the beginning. It just helps us, fight and want it to like grind out so that we can have fun during the season.
So just take me through outside. How do you like the team so far early on? You're back in season with your group of guys on Sherando Soccer.
Oh, I love it. I think we're gonna be great this year.
So obviously last year, not the best result. You don't make it into the playoffs, but shining some positivity here and there on the soccer field. What do you and the team maybe take away from last year that you want to sort of improve on come this upcoming season?
So we have a lot of returners, and, losing all those games, it kind of, makes us fight and want it more and want to work harder. So that's why we're coming in here with a better mindset and just more motivation to, get the job done.
Have you been on the team 4 years?
Yes, sir.
So the switch, Coach Anderson stepping down, Coach Wade in his second year, that transition, how has that been for you personally, like the team with Coach Anderson and how much he has meant to this program, and assistant Seth Wade coming up and being the new head coach? What has that been like?
Oh, yeah, I mean, it's been good. I like how Coach Wade, he uses some of Coach Anderson's, practice techniques and stuff like that. So it's pretty awesome because he was assistant. So to be able to just build off of what Anderson left here, it's doing good.
So you feel like there wasn't like any hiccups there? It's like where Coach Anderson left off, Coach Wade is sort of continuing?
No, I think obviously, being head coach first year, it's gonna be tough, but I think he did well.
So early on, coach's leadership, in these first couple of days of practice. How huge is that as he's setting a game plan for you and the squad, getting set for a couple scrimmages before the start of regular season soccer?
Yes, sir. So he helps motivate us, and he helps us set goals. And he knows that there's so many seniors on this team, and there's so many leaders that he knows that everybody will work together and help us strive for the perfect season that we can get, the best season we can get.
So, in the realm of the soccer season, there's a lot of electricity with high school soccer. I see between the competition, Millbrook, Jameswood. Hanley has had some success as well. What's it like being a senior? You've been on the team 4 years. What's that like in the competition just in this area alone?
You have a lot more motivation, I feel like. You lose those games against those rival teams, and it makes you want to come back stronger and harder and be able to just put your best foot forward the next game. It's all about the next game.
There you have it, Zach Pendzich, a senior striker out on the soccer pitch. Beautiful day for soccer. Zach, appreciate your time and best of luck to you this season.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Now joined by Timmy Hill, Sherando Soccer, right around the corner. Timmy, thanks for the time today. Just how's it feel getting back out there and getting to work with your squad this year?
Feels good. We're preparing. We've been working all winter workouts. We've been in the weight room. It's nice getting out here. We're looking forward to the fields opening up, but it's nice to get out here and get to know the team.
What's it like going through winter? Obviously, you just get set. You're preparing for the start of tryouts and into season. How huge is that to get started on that early on through the winter?
It's pretty big. We get all the new kids out there, and if we don't know how they play, we build chemistry with them. We have a lot of seniors this year, so we know each other really well, and so we already have some chemistry. But it's good to get back out there after it's been a year or so. So it's pretty nice.
So just take me through last season and what you really saw yourself and maybe collectively as a team that stood out to you all that you sort of want to take and improve going in early on through practices and continuing to grow on when the start of soccer comes.
Sir, last year we started off pretty slow, but we knew we had a group where we could do some big things. Unfortunately, it took us too long to get into gear, and so this year we're hoping for a quicker start, and hopefully we start with a couple more wins than last year, and we get off to a better season and hopefully make playoffs unlike last year.
So just the makeup of this team, a lot of returners this year. How huge is it that you have some returners on the team that you know how they play and their style of play? How does that help when it comes to the start of the season and sort of you're building together on what you had last year?
It helps really well. We get to build off each other. There's like 13 or 14 seniors this year, so we've all been playing with each other for a while, and so we all know how each other play, and we're able to build off of that, and other teams may not play with each other as much, so we get off to a better start and maybe have better chemistry than them.
And just some of the younger guys who are coming up, how do you sort of help them and know what's expected out of Coach Wade's soccer program and just getting them involved early so they know what's going on?
Yeah, since we started early in the winter, we've been able to lead them. Even the upperclassmen as well as the juniors have been able to lead them through the workouts and how we do things around here and the drills and everything like that. And we consistently do the same drills, so they've learned pretty easily how we do things around here.
So just last but not least, I like to just get your thoughts. The competition just in this area seems very exciting, very competitive. Just want to get your thoughts about the competition of soccer around the area because it seems like there's always great turnout and a lot of fan support.
Yeah, the other teams in this area are really good. It's always a close game, no matter even if a team's a lot better than the other. And since we're all rivals, it's always a fun atmosphere to play in, and they're all really good.
Timmy, thanks so much for your time here on the Kirby on Sports podcast. Best of luck to you this season. Thanks so much.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Beautiful day for soccer here at Sherando Park. Sherando Boys Soccer wrapping up another day of practice early in this preseason. Now joining me, head coach Seth Wade in his second year at Sherando High School coaching the boys soccer team. You came as an assistant. I just want to get your thoughts, Coach, first and foremost. Your first year after longtime head coach Patrick Anderson departs the program. He left a lasting legacy on this program that seems like maybe people are thinking you have to pick up and carry on. Just what was year one like for you just in general? I know not where you wanted to end up with the team, but what really stood out to you?
Yeah, well, thanks for coming out tonight, Josh. Awesome to have you here. Awesome that you're covering local sports and local high school sports. Yeah, last year didn't go as planned. Huge shoes to fill with Pat leaving, but no pressure from him or anyone else to succeed. It was just wanting to carry on his legacy and the legacy of Sherando High School athletics and Sherando High School soccer of being hardworking guys that will lay it all out there for their teammates and to win games and compete at a high level. And unfortunately, we didn't do that enough last year, but hopefully we can turn over a new leaf this season, have some returners, but also a lot of new faces that we're excited about. And yeah, hopefully we can be competitive locally, and then maybe we could get into some region play at the end of the season.
So are there maybe one or two or maybe a handful of things that you can point out that really that impressed you in year one of coaching? And if so, how do you evaluate that and take those pieces to grow it, get it a little bit better for you and your squad going into this season?
Yeah, so one thing we try to do is just get all the guys to be really observant, and what I want to do is raise players that love the game of soccer, that want to be around it the rest of their lives, that want to play in college or that want to become coaches one day. And I learned last year just how curious a lot of them are and how willing they are to learn. We spent a lot of time watching film and breaking down stuff tactically, and they're smart guys and they want to learn. And so that was a lot of fun to do that with them. As a teacher myself, it's fun to try to teach them about the game and to love the game the way that I do. We started the year off one formation, one style of play, and it just wasn't working. We started with 2 wins and 5 losses, and then down the stretch we flipped things at spring break and turned it around and got back to 500 to end the season 7-2. So I was really proud of the way that they were able to adapt and learn a new style of play on the fly like that.
So take me through, you got your team back, winter workouts, just getting acclimated in the weight room, getting them set for this time. Just what was that like, the off season for you all with that program?
Yeah, the off season is a grind. So we started back in November as a lot of their club seasons were winding down, and yeah, just it's a lot of hard work that goes unseen. A lot of days when it's cold and snowy or rainy and it's getting dark early, and it's playing on horrible practice fields or indoors when necessary, and a lot of time in the weight room that no one sees. And so it's hard. You don't get to see the end product, and without that, it's hard to measure your progress and get excited. So it feels great to be out here after a long winter, especially with the snow days and the brutal January, February that we had. It feels good to be back together consistently.
I would imagine this is the time you want to maximize how much time you're outside, because indoor in a gym, I would imagine it doesn't give you the game-like conditions. How huge is that as you have completed your tryout period and into the early portions of practice, getting set for scrimmages before games? How huge is it that you're outside this much, maximizing your team's opportunities?
Yeah, for sure. I don't think that the gym translates great to the field, so we try to be outside as much as possible. Unfortunately, until the park opens the fields, we're stuck on this postage stamp here that's tilted and bumpy, and so we are just making do with what we have, and we're just grateful to be outside. It's been beautiful weather these first 2 weeks, and I'm just excited to start competing this Thursday.
I believe it was Timmy. He mentioned you have 12 or 13 seniors. A lot of growth from this team, if you will. A lot of people that know your system in Coach Anderson's system back when you were assisting under him. How huge is that you have so many returners this year, and how does that help sort of with the younger guys on your team as well, that they can sort of guide them in a sense how they know how you operate, how you want Sherando soccer to be done.
Yeah, so Timmy's right. We have a lot of returning seniors. Last year we graduated 7 starting seniors, so we definitely have holes to fill in the starting lineup, but those guys have been around the team for a while. These 12, a couple of them were part of the group as freshmen, and then a lot as sophomores, and even more last year as juniors, playing significant minutes and really helping out the team. So I'm looking at them and relying on them a lot to step up and lead. Last year with 7 starting seniors, a lot of them could just play their role in the team. It didn't have to be vocal or charismatic leaders, but we need that out of them this year.
Absolutely. So, early on, what have you sort of seen that sort of sparks your interest out of this team in terms of getting set for regular season play and what you could do positively this year, in a sense?
Yeah, today I was really happy with just the level of competition amongst the boys. We were playing a little 3v3 tournament, and they were getting after it. It got a little chippy at points, but I'm okay with that as long as they shake hands after, I love seeing guys get stuck into challenges and really work hard and try to win. That's what we want, and it's a fine balance you have to strike. You can't let it get out of hand, obviously, but as long as they're competing and it's clean, then we love to see it.
So just from my observations of your practice, you carry a very big team with maybe some working room if you want to change up your starting rotation, your starting lineup, anything like that. How huge is that in the game of soccer to have so many roster spots that you can sort of evaluate what needs to be done and work with what you have in a sense?
Yeah, with the group we saw at tryouts, we knew we wanted to take a bigger squad and have that depth, and I think we do have that this year. It's a lot of competition for places and for playing time. Not all 22 guys are going to see the field, so yeah, there's a lot of competition every day. They'll be working for a spot for minutes, and that's what we need out of them.
And just last but not least, last year, just looking at the competition in this area alone, it seems like anytime you're facing a James Wood, Hanley, Millbrook team, the stands are packed. There's always electricity in the atmosphere. Just in your first year as the head coach, maybe this hasn't changed for you, Coach, but just the atmosphere and what's it like just playing in the area in the Northwestern District?
Yeah, it's awesome. I wouldn't say the stands are packed, but there definitely is a growing turnout at these games that we love to see. Soccer's growing in the area, and it's really exciting to be a part of it. There are a lot of great coaches in the community, and a lot of them have been here a lot longer than I have. So, still looking at them, trying to learn from them. I have two great coaches on my staff, Coach Jonah Pearson and Coach Joel Witt, and they've really helped me get settled in last year and this year as head coach, and they just help out with all the little things and help the guys out a lot behind the scenes.
So as you look at your schedule this year, how do you like just the makeup of your schedule? And I know some teams, however you may put it, play on grass, some play on turf. You always have that element, and you play Hanley, they're on turf. So what is that kind of like preparing a team for a grass match or a turf match in a sense?
Yeah, we're not too worried about the surface. I mean, we were talking about earlier in the offseason, we're playing on practice football fields, in the gym, in the cafeteria. Now we're out here for preseason on a rough field, and it's 11 guys versus 11 guys in one ball. It's a pretty simple game. You just got to outwork them regardless of the surface that you're on. We are excited by our schedule this year. We have some new faces to play against, and it'll be interesting to go to new places and see how that competition is, as well as all the local schools are obviously a lot of fun and just really competitive games always.
And just in terms of the new region format where they have cut down on the amount of teams that they take in the playoffs, no Northwestern District playoffs, anything of that nature, making it the competition harder, every game counts. Do you have any thoughts on that from your perspective, or are you just out there to win soccer games?
Yeah, I mean, as a coach, we don't get much say in what goes on at the VHSL level. Obviously, I liked the Northwestern District tournament back in the days. That was always fun to play in, and and be a part of. But we still get to play those teams during the regular season, and there's a chance you see them in the region tournament. So not worried about that, but it does make it difficult. Every game matters. You can't be losing games early on. I tell the guys all the time, you can lose your chance to play in the playoffs in the first couple weeks of the season. You can't book your ticket in the first couple weeks of the season, but you can lose it. And that was the story of last year. We lost too many games early on, and then we were clawing back, and we never were able to get back into the tournament picture.
So as you prepare, I would imagine you have at least a scrimmage or two as you prepare your players for that. How huge is that to sort of take a look at a scrimmage base against a differing opponent in terms of what you need to do, what you need to work on come the start of regular season?
Yeah, we're super excited for Thursday, our first scrimmage. It'll be the first chance that we've played on a full-size field. It'll be the first chance to see a lot of these guys in a game-like situation in a long time. So we're excited for that. With 7 seniors graduating from the starting lineup last year, we have lots of holes to fill, and looking at some guys in positions they're not used to or haven't played before, and so it'll be interesting to see how they fare.
Soccer's right around the corner as Sherando Soccer wraps up another day of practice here at Sherando Park. Joining me, second-year head coach Seth Wade of Sherando Boys Soccer. Coach, a pleasure, and looking forward to working with you all season.
Thanks so much, Josh.
Shout out Q. Shout out Q.